Thanks for joining our Web 2.0 class. This is your instructor, Teresa Pelkey. The word feed is commonly associated with food, like this tasty bag of granola. In this class, we will learn about web feeds. A web feed, or a news feed, is a format for providing users with frequently updated information. A web feed is syndicated, meaning that users can subscribe to it. The feed itself is actually an XML document, and the two most popular formats for it are RSS and Atom. So instead of having to go to a website to obtain new information, the information comes to you. In order to subscribe to a feed, you need a software program called a reader, also known as an aggregator. These readers can syndicate multiple feeds so that you can subscribe to many sources of information. The most popular type of website that uses a feed is a blog, and Bloglines is a popular feed reader. So we will look at these concepts in today's class. The term feed is commonly connected with the term web feed, or RSS feed, or news feed, XML feed, or syndicated feed, and maybe others. Essentially, they all mean the same thing, and they are all associated with the universal feed icon, or with the RSS icon, or the XML icon. So, any mention of any of the above leads us to a feed or a web feed. So, a web feed is a method for subscribing to frequently updated content. The reader allows you to subscribe to the feed and also displays the information that is being pulled out of the feed. A feed is essentially a text file, similar to an HTML file. It is written in the XML language, and it uses either the RSS or Atom specification. To subscribe to the feed, you need to know the URL of the text file, and that URL is submitted to the reader so that the reader can interpret and display the feed. This is an example of a feed. It is an XML document. Here we have our opening XML tag. It is an RSS standard, version 2, which is the most popular right now. And here we see a channel tag, a title tag, a link tag, and here we have the item. So for every item grouping, we have a new post on the feed. So all of these different tags are written in the XML language according to the RSS specification, and they mean something to the reader. So the information contained is interpreted by the reader and displayed onto the web page. Now this feed is using RSS. RSS stands for Really Simple Syndication, and it has other meanings from its beginning. This is the most popular. This is the most popular format that we are using for a feed today, and you will commonly hear the term RSS and feed used interchangeably, although technically they are not the same. The Atom format is another format which would also use XML for writing a feed. And it is becoming more popular, although RSS version 2 is the most popular to date. Okay, in order to read the feed, we need a reader. And these readers are commonly known as an aggregator. And some popular reader, in addition to the browser, we have Google readers, Yahoo has a reader, and we are going to learn about blog lines in this class. Okay, so here we have a web page, and the web page has a feed. There's that feed icon. So we have an HTML file and a XML file. The URL of the XML file is added to the reader, and then when you access the reader to see your feed, the feed is displayed here as a web page. How do we recognize a feed? Well, here we have Internet Explorer, and here we have Firefox browser. Usually in the browser, the feed icon will become lit up or active if there is a feed on the page. Sometimes the feed may not be right on that page, but it will be in that website, and you will have a similar icon on that page indicating to you that there is a feed somewhere. You can subscribe to the feed using the browser, and in that case, you would just click this link, and it would allow you to subscribe in the browser, but that would limit you to just your own computer. You can, when you click on that icon, you will see the URL of the feed. You can copy that feed URL and submit it to the aggregator, and therefore you can subscribe using a web-based aggregator that would be accessible from any computer. You will also commonly see little icons that describe with the name of the feed reader on them, and sometimes by clicking on these icons, the URL for the feed will be directly submitted to this reader, which is a very easy way of subscribing to the